Right. Good morning, everyone. All the online students. Is it the screen is visible? All the online students. Could you please everyone respond in the chat window? I request all the online students need to respond in the chat window. Right. Okay. Let's get continue then. So the one we have been started in discussing about this particular perspective of programming concepts here. So the main target to write in a program in that particular playwright. To write in a program in playwright, first we need to be get comfortable with object identification. And after that, we need to be get comfortable with these particular TypeScript concepts here based on that particular TypeScript concept, right? So based on that particular perspective of TypeScript concepts, we can easily write in a program in Playwright. So let's see that how exactly we can understand that particular perspective of TypeScript programs here. All the online students, just 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. Yes. Yeah. So the one we have been discussing about these particular programming concepts here as part of that particular programming concepts which we have been started this particular TypeScript. So if I just go with this particular perspective of TypeScript, first we have been started in discussing about the basic program in printing with that particular statements. And after that, we have been discussing about that particular variable keywords. And then we got understand that class, after that object, and then we will be taking with method. So we got that particular perspective of concepts, class, and then object and method. Continued with the same, we are discussing about these particular data types and variables. I mean, while working these particular respective programming concepts, how exactly we can go with these particular data types and variables, that is what we have been discussing it. So yesterday we got understand that while working these particular data type, we got three types here, right? So while working with the data type, we got three types of data types here, which it will be mentioning that primitive data type, and then it will be saying that non-primitive data type, or we can consider that reference data type, right? So we can mention non-primitive data type, or it will be taking with reference data type, or we can mention that particular object data type here. So if I just go with these particular respective things, let me oh, right. See here. If I just go with this particular data type, we got an option of it will be taking with three types. Primitive data type, and then that particular non-primitive, or you can consider reference, or it will be mentioned that object data type. Then you will be taking with special data type. Okay. See the understanding here. If I go with this particular respective concept, the first understanding, the purpose of the class or use of the class. The purpose of the class, use of the class, we can say that to write a program. If you want to be get write in a program, it will be taking with the help of class. In the same way, it will be taking with object. That particular object, it will be mentioning that particular object, it will be mentioning that which has been used to access methods. And then we got this particular method mentioned that to perform an action. To get perform an action, to get perform an action, you will be taking with the help of these particular methods here. Right? In the same way, we got data types and variable. That is, it will be mentioning that to represent, or we can say that define the data. For the purpose of representing with the data or defining with the data, it will be taking with the help of data types and variables here. Right? So this is what we have been continued. Let's go with in more detail, continued of these particular things here. So further, if we look into that particular program, Yesterday we written that one particular program data types. First, we got only primitive data types. In that, first we mentioned that number. It can be integer, it can be float, it can be double. Anything as a number, it will be mentioning that number data type. Then string data type. And then we got a Boolean. Boolean means it will return the result of true or false. Either it will print the result as a true or it will be printing with the result as a false. Null means you are not assigning any data. You are not giving any data which it will be mentioning as a null. So undefined, you are not knowing that what is the data type of that. For that value, what will be the data type, you are not aware of that. That will be mentioning that undefined. And then just we are printing these particular statements. Okay. In a similar way, it will be taking with, you need to be get mentioned that it will be taking with non-primitive. If I go with that particular non-primitive, two main things it will be considered. It will be taking with the array and then it will be taking with tuple. It will be taking with that particular respective array and then it will be mentioning that particular tuple. What is mean by array in detail, you will understand in the coming sessions. What is mean by array, how array has been came into the concept in detail, I will be discussing in the coming sessions here. For today, you can just consider that group of values. Array means group of values. Okay, so this will be taking with this we define one particular array. But while working with the array, we can go with similar values. As we mentioned number, I can go with only number. As I mentioned, that particular number, I can go with in mentioning that only that particular respective of number. In case of the string, I can go with only string values. In the same way, we got a concept of tuple. The meaning of the tuple is that is also array only. But the difference is while working with the array, at a time we can define only one group of values. But in case of the tuple, we can go with the different data types here. We got a string, we got a number. Both are available. We got in a string and then it will be taking with that particular number. Both are available here. So that is what it will be taking with. You need to be mentioned that which it will be having this particular array and then it will be taking with that particular tuple. So in a similar way, it will be taking with special data type. That particular special data type, it will be taking with any. So in simple, you are not aware of that. In simple, assume that you are not aware of that. What will be the data type, you can mention as a any. Like we got the more flexibility while working this particular TypeScript here. So whenever you have been defining it, if you are not aware of that, what will be that particular data type, then in simple, you can mention as a any. And another flexibility we got in the TypeScript. Another flexibility we got in the TypeScript is I got mentioned that data type. right? So which we got, which it will be taking with that particular respective data type. Now, see here, I can mention let A equal to 10. I have not mentioned what is the data type. If I'm not mentioning any data type also, the program will be working. If I'm not mentioning any data type also, which it will be taking with this particular step will be working, because it will be taking with, it will be having these particular steps. I mean, which it will be mentioning that if you are not providing with the data type also, if you are not providing that particular data type also, the by default, whatever the data you provided, now what have been given 10, it will understand the data type is a integer. In case if I'm providing in a double quotes, it will understand it is in a string. So that kind of flexibility we got while working that particular data types here. Okay, now we can see here, let me run this particular program. To run this particular program, I'll go with open in new integrated terminal. So now providing with the file name, mentioning the example. It will be taking with example underscore. It will be taking with data type dot ts. Example underscore data type dot ts. It will be taking with the run. Okay. Why it is giving an error, guys? What is the mistake we done? Yes, we need to provide that particular command. So we need to be get mentioned that either it has to execute it or it has to compile it. We need to be mentioned that. So we are directly executing with the program. Previously, first we compile and then execute. But now what we are doing, rather than compiling it, directly we are executing with the program. That is what we mentioned that TSX, TypeScript executor. TypeScript executor. Mention that example underscore data type dot ps. Now we can see the result. It will be printing all that particular respective result. So we have not written any logic here. Just we are understanding that particular respective data types only. As part of that particular program requirement, as a user, we need to understand how exactly we can utilize that particular respective data types here. Okay, so as part of that particular program requirement, we need to be get understood how exactly we can utilize that particular respective data types here. Okay, let's see that. This is, you will be taking with data type. In the same way, we got an a variables. One, we got a concept of data type, and in the same way, it will be taking with another concept that it will be taking with variables. So what exactly the meaning of that particular variables and how exactly we can go with these particular different type of variables here. Okay, so how exactly we can go with this particular respective of different type of variables here. So let's understand in more detail. So what is these particular variables and how exactly we can work with these particular variables. For that, first you can write with the new heading, mention the variables and make a note of this particular description. Okay, so we can go with in mentioning that it will be taking with, I can just make a note of this particular description. Write with the new heading, mention that variables and make a note of that particular description, guys. First continue up to that particular highlighted one. Is it all you guys are available in the WhatsApp channel? Is it everyone join the WhatsApp channel, guys? All the online students. Is it everyone available in the WhatsApp channel? Please respond, guys. Okay. Still, most of the people know. Let me give in a WhatsApp channel link. Because all the updates very easily you will be getting in that WhatsApp channel only. Right. Now I given in the chart window. WhatsApp channel link I have been given in the chart window. Just you can join in that particular WhatsApp channel. By that, from the institute, all that particular latest updates, everything you will be able to see in that particular WhatsApp channel. It will be more easy. So just you can click on that particular link, you will be able to join it. Okay. Right. Then after that, okay, next. After that, mention that three types of variables. Mention that three types of variables and make a note of up to this particular highlighted one. Okay. Mention three types of variables and make a note of these particular three types here. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one. Just continue up to that particular highlighted one, guys. Done? Is it everyone done, guys? All the online students. Please be respond in the chat window. Is it everyone has been done? Okay. Done. Perfect. Let's understand. Uh, Before getting started, just some small announcement, guys. All the online students. Just some small announcement. That is from tomorrow. Okay. So from tomorrow for some days. Okay. Okay. For some days. Maybe I'm considering like 3 to 4 days here, but I'll be giving that information. For some days, your class timings. Your class timings will be 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Like rather than 11, I will be getting started with the 11:30. Just only for some days. Okay, I got some other schedule. So just only for some days. From tomorrow, your class timings will be 11:30 to 12:30 here. Just for some days, like 3 to 4 days only. Just take with the plans according to that. Just take with the plans according to that. Just for some days, we are just taking with the class timings will be 11:30, 12:30 p.m. So please take with the plans according to that. Okay. This is one update. And the second update is, okay. And the second update is, we are coming up with the one plan of, we will be taking with student connect. Okay, like yours is 77 batch. We are coming up with the plan of student connect of 77th batch. I mean, why we are came up with this kind of concept is like previously everyone has been doing the sessions in offline only. Because of everyone has been doing with the sessions in offline, between the students, they got in a connectivity, they're able to come to the lab and they are taking the practice. And in case of any person is attending the interview, they have been sharing it, and other people also has been attending with the interview. This kind of supportive concept has been available here. But now, because of all these particular online, these kind of things has been missing it. Because of that particular reason, we came up with the plan to have a connect for 1 day, not like every day. I mean, based on your comfortable. But anyway, the sessions will be continued in offline and then online. Every day, the sessions will be continued in offline and online here. So we are at least we are trying to make with connectivity of the batch students here. This is how we are taking with the plan. So only for 77th batch, taking with the student connect, the main objective, the main agenda. The main objective and agenda of this particular program is to get with the connectivity of your peers. Like previously, because of that particular offline training, everyone got in a connectivity. But now that connectivity has been missing it. So that is the reason we want to make and bring back to that particular one. So that is how we make up with this particular plan. So you'll have a connect with your peers and they can share your experience. I mean, if the people are already working or in case having any opportunities related to the placement, everything here. This is how we are taking with the plan. So I came up with the plan on 18th July, coming Saturday. 18th July, coming Saturday, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. I make a session 1 hour. It's not like any technical things we'll be discussing it. Just we want to make the connectivity between your peers, so which we will be taking within the venue in the Suresh IT Academy only. So it's not like any mandatory part, guys. So this we are coming up with these particular kind of things just to help with the students in more better manner. We have been came up on this. So is that you guys will be okay for this? Is it all you guys has been comfortable with this? I mean, from different locations, that is okay. I can understand. From the different locations, that will be the fine. I can understand. But whoever the people having with the possibilities, whoever having with the possibilities, I can think about this particular one here. Right? So because so I'm saying that for whoever the people having the possibilities, the people from the different locations, that is okay. From very long back, like from Bangalore or these particular Mumbai, Pune. So that will be the fine. The people don't be worried about on it. But at least I'm trying to make with the connectivity in offline for whoever the having with the possibilities. Okay, for the people who ever having with the possibilities, please take with the plan according to that. Right. So is it audible now? Okay. So just what I'm trying to say is similar online we cannot do it, guys. Because online it will not be a possible. I mean, possible means it will not take that much of effective. So previously we thought about taking with this particular WhatsApp group and everything. But when we create with the WhatsApp group, so what it has been happen is because of the WhatsApp group, 1 or 2 days that is okay. The professional discussion is going on. But after 1 week, all the unnecessary discussions are going on in the WhatsApp group. That is the reason we are not encouraging that particular WhatsApp group here. Rather than that, we have been came up this particular one. So for now, we got in a plan of offline connect only. For now, we have in a plan of that particular offline connect only, but online connect, I'll think about in future. So for now, we got an online connect, offline connect only. So in case of online, I'll think about it. I'll check with the management team and then I'll be updating on that. Okay. All right. Perfect, guys. Yeah. So for now, we are doing with this particular offline connect only. Online, I'll be looking into that. I'll be informing to the management. We'll see that what is the best we can do for that particular online connect also. But whoever having with the possibilities, you can come up on this particular schedule, guys, like 18th July 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. in the institute only here. Okay. I'll post this in the WhatsApp channel also. Just you can have in a plans according to that. All right. Clear everyone on these two updates? Everyone clear about on these two particular updates? Okay. Perfect, guys. Perfect then. Okay. Right. Let's come back to the concept. Right. So previously, we have been discussing about this particular concept of data types. Previously, we got a concept of that particular data types. Okay. So now we will be taking with C here. Now, let's understand these particular variables. So these particular variables, we can mention that we got three types. If I go with that particular variables, we got three types of variables. Okay, so which I will be taking with, we got three types of variables here. Okay, that is what I will mention. First one, I can consider that local variables. First one is local variables. And the second one mentioning that instance variables. First one is local variables. Second one is instance variables. And the third one mentioning that static, or it will be taking with class variables. See the concept. First one is local variable. Second one is instance variable. Third one is static variables or class variables. Okay. What exactly the meaning of local variables? What exactly the meaning of local variables? So the meaning of local variables is, we can say that define within a method. Define within a method and access within a method. Define within a method and access within a method. That is, you can consider as a local variables. Then I got instance variable. Instance variable mentioned that define outside of the method. Define outside of the method and inside of the class. Define outside of the method and inside of the class. Then static variable, class variable. That particular static variable class variable, mentioning that using the keyword of static, using the keyword of static. So this is what it will be taking with three types of variables here. Mention that local variables and then mentioning the instance variables and mentioning the static variables or class variable. Meaning of local variable. Meaning of local variable. We can say that define within a method and access within a method. Define within a method and access within a method. In the same way, instance variable. Instance variable define outside of the method and inside of the class. Define outside of the method and inside of the class. In the same way, we got static variable or class variable mentioned that using the keyword of static. Using the keyword of static. So this is what it will be taking with this particular variable concept here. Let's go with in practical of this particular program. Further, first, we will be creating one particular new file. Mention that example underscore variable dot ts. Example variable underscore it will be taking with dot ts. So that it will be taking with that particular enter. Okay, right. So now it will be writing with the program. So how you will be writing the program? As usual, I'll just go with the similar example. So to make easy understanding, I'll take with the same thing here, mention that class, and then it will be providing class name. We can provide any class name. First have been created one particular class, we can provide any class name. Inside of that particular class, inside of that particular class, it will be taking with the method. I'm just taking with M1, it will be taking with the void, that it will be mentioning that M1. And then inside of that particular method, I'll be taking with in printing with the statement mentioning that M1 method executed. M1 method executed. So this will be taking with that particular respective M1 method. In the same way, it will be taking with this particular M2. This will mention that it will be taking with M2, then it will be taking with M3. So we have not done any new thing here. Just we created. Okay. So just we got created one particular respective class. So once we have been created with the class, once we have been created with the class, inside of that particular class, it will be taking with the method. Inside of the class, it will be taking with that particular respective method. Okay. Now, let me execute with the program up to this particular step. If I'm executing the program up to this particular step, what is the result you will get? All the online students. If I'm executing with the program up to this particular step, what is the result you will get? Mhm. Right. It will not print anything. Exactly, guys. That is what you need to understand that. So it will not print it, guys. It will not print that. Okay. See here. So if we will look into this, let me execute it. Let me execute the program TSX and then example underscore variable dot TS. If I'm executing, it will not be printing any of the result because just you created one particular class inside of that particular class you created with the methods here. Okay, if you want to get an access for the method, so how we can access the method? According to the programming, if you want to get an access for method, how we can access the method? Right. So to access with the method, you need to be get go away in creating that particular object. Exactly, guys. Exactly. We need to create an a object here. That is what you will be taking with this particular one. Just you can mention that. So we'll be taking with let keyword, any keyword, either constant or let. I will be taking with object name. I just mentioned that particular object name as a m equal to. I will provide that particular class name. Then I will be accessing the method m dot. I will be taking with m1. Then I will be taking with m dot. I will be taking with m2. Then I will be taking with m3. We can call in any order. We can call in any order. Now we can see here, if I'm executing with the program, it will be printing M1 executed, M2 executed, M3 executed. That means in which order you are calling with the method. In which order you are calling with the method, in that particular order, it will be able to execute it. In that particular order, it will be able to execute it. So that is what it will be taking with in mention of these particular steps. So M1 executed, M2 executed, which it will be able to have that particular M3 executed. Okay, done. Now, see the concept here. So this is the regular concept of class, method, object. Continued on this, we got a concept of data types and variable. That variable I'm defining inside of the method. I'm defining inside of the method. So how I'm defining? Taking with the let a equal to 10. So meaning of equal to assigning. Meaning of equal to assigning. Assignment operator. So meaning of equal to, we can say that assigning assignment operator. Okay, so how this statement is working? The data of 10 assigning to the A. That means in the A, it will be storing this particular data. Because of that particular storing, whenever I'm calling the variable of A, I will be getting with the result of the 10. For example, I will be printing with the statement that I will be mentioning that console.log. If I'm taking with console.log, it will be taking with that particular output is A. Okay, so which I will be taking with console.log, it will be taking with this particular respective of A. Right? Done. So now this is one. So now what we are doing, the same statement, I'm taking M2. So here I'm providing. Now we can see line number 5, there is no error. But line number 9, it is giving an error. So why it is giving an error in line number 9? What I done in the line number 5, same thing I tried in the 9 also. But the line number 5, there is no error. But line number 9, it is giving an error. So why it is giving that particular error? Exactly, guys. Exactly. Right. So here, perfect, guys. You are understanding perfectly correct. We define the variable. We define the variable within a method. This is an M1 method. Inside of the M1 method, we defined it. That means the meaning of local variable define within a method and access within a method. Define within a method and access within a method. So that is what we will be considering that local variable. That is what we'll consider that local variable. Okay. So now if I'm trying to take outside of the method, it will not allow you, you will not be getting an access. That is what the simple concept. Nowadays, whenever you are filling any of the form, it will mention local, non-local. So local means you are belongs to that particular area. So that means it will be accessible within that particular area only, not like outside of that particular area. Right? So this is what your first concept here. If I go with this particular perspective of first concept, we can say that defining within a method and accessing within a method consider as a local variable. In the same way, we got another concept, define outside of the methods. Define outside of the method and inside of the class. Define outside of the method and then taking with that particular inside of the class. So that it will be mentioning that it will be taking with instance variable. So I defined it outside of the method and then taking with inside of the class. So by that, what I can do, now we can see, I'm taking with console.log. So here I'm using with the keyword of this because while working with the TypeScript, some difference should be there for that particular local variables and instance variable. So whenever you mention this keyword, we can understand that is an instance variable. That means if you want to access instance variable, you need to use with the keyword of this. In the same way, I'm taking with M2 method also. That I will be taking with this dot B. That means for the both the methods, any method in this class, any method in this particular class, I will be able to access. In case if I'm providing outside of the class, giving an error, outside of the class, it is giving an error. Right? Because while working this particular one, if I'm just taking with this particular respective one, while working with the instance variable, we can say that define outside of the method and inside of the class consider as a instance variable. Next, we got static variable. What is the meaning of the static? Either you want to define outside of the method or inside of the method. That depends on the requirement. Either you want to define outside of the method or inside of the method, that depends on the requirement. But concept of static variables or class variables is using the keyword of static. Whenever you are using with the keyword of static, that is considered as a static variable. Now, see the whole concept here. See the whole concept. Local variables. We can say that local variables can access directly. Can access directly. Instance variable. See that. Instance variable. Instance variable access by using this keyword. By using this keyword. Instance variable or accessing by using this keyword. Then you will be taking with static variable. Static variable access by using class name. By using class name. So this is what it will be mentioned that it will be taking with this particular class name and then it will be taking with this keyword. So these are three things you need to be get understand. Okay, so which it will be taking with you need to be get mentioned that as simple whenever you are accessing the local variables directly we can access. Whenever we are accessing the instance variable, you need to use the keyword of this. In case of static variable, you have to use with the keyword of static. Let's see here. Now, I'm just taking with that particular keyword. Either you want to define outside of the method or inside of the class. So that depends on the requirement. So for now, I'm defining outside of the method. Static, I will be taking with that particular C number. So we use the keyword of static. So when you are using with the keyword of static, so how we can access the static variable by using class name. So whatever class name is there, whatever that class name is there, with the help of class name, you will be able to access. With the help of class name, you will be able to get access here. I'm just taking with the class name example underscore variable dot C. So this is how we got local variables, instance variables, and then static variables. Now let me run this program. Let's look into that, how exactly the result will be printed. So it is printing all the result perfectly okay. But just try to understand, if any new person is looking into this output, if any new person is referring only output, not the program, by referring only the result, can we understand which is static variable or which is instance variable? Are we able to understand? Just by referring only the result. By referring only the result, are we able to understand which is instance variable and which is local variable or static variable? No, right? So by referring only this particular result, we are not able to understand. That means the result, the output, we need to make little bit more effective. So what exactly that particular output is there? So that particular output you need to make it more effective here. So how exactly it can make it more effective of that particular output? So how exactly it can make it more effective of that particular output? You can see here. I will be taking with double quotes. Within a double quotes, I'm mentioning that A is local variable. But it is giving an error. So why it is giving an error? I want to print the statement. To print the statement, I'm taking with the double quotes, but it is giving an error. Right. So why it has been giving with the error and how we need to be resolved is, let's see here. According to this particular concept, if I'm considering with the A, data type is number, right? And anything you are providing in a double quotes, consider as a string. You got two data type. This is a number, this is a string. That means in one single printf statement, you are trying to access two different data types of the data. In one printf statement, you are trying to get access to different data types of data which is not accessible by default. So by default, it will not allow you. Okay. So by default, it will not allow you to access two different data types here. Right? Okay. So because of that, you will be taking with the extra concept. That is what you will be taking with plus symbol. So plus symbol is considered as a concatenation, not addition. It is not an addition. You will be taking with concatenation. It is not an addition, guys. It is not an addition. You will be taking with that particular concatenation here. That means just you will go with in combined together. It was not adding it. You're just combining together. The terminology, we can say that concatenation. It's in the same way. So here I will be taking with the plus, mentioning that I will be taking with B is instance variable, which I will be taking with instance variable. In the same way, so here, other than plus symbol, we can use comma symbol also. We can go with the plus symbol and we can go with that particular comma symbol also. What will be the difference, you will understand. Okay, let's see that. Now see the whole program. First, we got created with the class, created with the methods, and we provided local variables, instance variable, static variable. Let me execute this program. Now, if I'm executing this particular program, let's see here. So I'll just go with this particular execution, see the result. Now, you can see that by looking into this thing, what is the difference between plus symbol and then comma symbol? We use plus symbol and we use comma symbol. What is the difference you are able to see? Any difference you are able to see? Exactly. Space. The difference is if I'm using with the plus symbol, it is not added any space. If I'm using with the comma symbol, by default it has been added with the space here. Plus symbol, there is no space. That particular comma symbol, by default, it will be adding with the space here. So that is what I will be mentioning that I will be taking with this particular plus symbol, and then you will be taking with the comma symbol, and then considering that you will be taking with this particular respective of methods here. Right? So if I go with these particular respective variables, we got a concept of local variables, and then taking with instance variables, and then you will be taking with that particular static variables, and then you will be considering that local variables, mentioning that define within a method and access, define within a method and access within a method. And then you will be taking with that particular respective of which I will be taking with instance variable. So instance variable mentioning that define outside of the method, define outside of the method, and then taking with inside of the class. Static variable using with the keyword of class. So this you will be considering that you will be taking with the concept of data types and variable. Now for now, what are the concepts we got it? Taking with printing with the statement, and then variable keywords, then we got class, and then taking with method, and then we got object, and we got data types and variables here. Continued on this, we need to get understand that we got an static variables. In the same way, we need to understand static methods. We need to understand static methods. Just we can write with the new heading, mention the static methods. All the online students also just write with the new heading, mention the static methods. Right. So if I go with these particular static methods, see, just write the small description, write the small description. Using the keyword of static and no need of to create any object to access methods. Then you can mention access static methods. Access static methods using class name. Just make a note of this particular description. Access static methods using class name. Done?
Welcome to NP Support. Bluetooth mode. Okay.
Right. So next we need to get understand that static methods. Not only static methods here, we'll be discussing like what types of methods are there while working with the TypeScript. What are all the different types of methods will be there. We'll be discussing in a more detail. So for now, you can take with the practice of these particular things here. Just you can continue in practice of these particular concepts here. Okay. Right. So tomorrow I will be taking the example of static methods. Still, a lot of things need to be done. Then we'll be discussing about constructor and then loops and then conditions. So a lot of concepts step by step you will be taking with which need to be get go with this particular one here. Okay. Right. So let's see that. So first I can go with the same practice, guys. First I can go with, I will be taking with this particular same thing here. So and then I can just take with, okay? Okay. Done? Right. Having the questions, you guys can carry on your questions. All the online students, whoever the people having with the questions, you can come up with the questions here. Uh, Megharani, just you can connect with the lab support team. That is in just a second. Once you can connect with the lab support team and then you can share the screen to them, they will be looking into the issue. Okay, just you need to execute one more extra command. So that extra command, they will be executing it. Just you can clearly explain them what is the issue here. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Sir, Naresh this side.
Yes, Naresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, while defining an instance variable, there is no need to use variable keyword, sir.
No, not required. Only for local variables, you will be able to use it. So apart from local variables, you doesn't require to mention.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, right. Next.
Sir, one more question, sir. So when I try
Yeah.
to create an object, it is
Mm.
telling that it has been redeclared block scope variable. It means that I have used
Mm.
the same object in a different class. So
Yes.
how to rectify?
For that, what you have to do is now, for example, assume that send this another program, you have been use that already. You need to close that program.
Yep.
Otherwise, you have to take the new name here. So better you can just close that program, automatically issue will be resolved. Okay?
Good, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Next.
Suresh, I have a question here. When
Yeah.
actually do we use this null and undefined variable data types?
So these particular null is now assume that you are trying to read with the data from Excel or you are trying to read the data from database or the other some other thing. You are not aware of that what exactly the data you can get it. So in that particular time or otherwise specifically as part of your requirement in that particular data, you want to make as a null only. You doesn't require get any data. Then you will be mentioned as a null. Undefined is
Okay.
you are not aware of that, what will be the data type of that. Best example, you can take Excel only. So in Excel, you may have number, you may have any string. So it's a mix of all the data will be there. So then at that particular time, just will be mentioning like in a undefined because we are not very sure what exactly the data type is related to of that particular Excel data. Okay.
That means when I'm using that variables, it will not throw me any error if it is a string or a number or any kind, right? If we use this undefined and null.
I mean, it will be understanding that we have not defined any data type for that. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing I want to understand is, can you just explain me about arrays and tuples? How exactly? Because we have the
So,
dimensions in arrays and tuples, right?
I'll
Uh,
come up on that. It will take some time. No, no. So today, the objective of this program is just to understand the what are all the different data types only. So what is mean by array?
mhm.
How we need to work in detail of array? I'll be taking the coming sessions. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Now, yeah. Next. All right, guys. Again, continue the questions. Okay, guys. Yes, Leela, you can carry on your question. Leela, if you have a question, you can carry on your question. Leela, your voice is not audible. It's not audible. I'm not able to hear your voice. What is the Swapnil? What is the use of the void? Whenever you are writing with the methods, you can consider like in a written type here. Okay, that means what exactly it does to written. So other than void, we can use the written keyword also. How to use the written keyword that you'll understand in the coming sessions. I'll be using that keyword. So for now, whenever we are writing that particular methods, we will be taking with this particular void. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Okay then. Take care about the things. Meet you tomorrow then. So from tomorrow 11:30. Yes. From tomorrow the sessions will be 11:30. Yes. Yes, Leela, carry on your question. Leela, if you have any question, you can carry on your question. So Leela, what is your question? If you, I'm not able to see what is your question. What you are expecting to explain? When we use the class means, as simple I mentioned, right? Whenever you want to write any program, you will be taking with the class. In case of Java, it is like mandatory to write any class, then only will be continued with any of the statement. But while working with the TypeScript, without class also, we are able to write with the program. But when it will become a mandatory is assume that you want to write any methods. Whenever you want to work with the methods, it's mandatory that you will be taking with the class only. Because always methods need to be available inside of the class only, not outside of the class. If you are not using any methods in the program, then it doesn't mandatory of you will be taking with the class. Okay. Is it clear? Inside of the class, directly you cannot use console.log. Inside of the class, directly you cannot use it. So for that, you need to write in a method. In that method, inside of the method, you can use console.log. Otherwise, we can use console.log even outside of the class also. Because that is what the structure it has been provided as part of the TypeScript. So the slight difference will be there between Java and then TypeScript. So while working with the TypeScript, because whenever you are taking with the Java, you are creating the object inside of the class. But when it's come to the TypeScript, you are creating that particular object in outside of the class. So that is TypeScript standards has been provided. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Take care about the things. Meet you tomorrow. Thank you.